Hi, welcome back to my channel. We are about relationships with ourselves first, okay? Because we want healthy relationships outside of ourselves, but it's about managing the emotions so we can identify our intuition, because it comes with good spiritual wealth, okay? Because there's a situation in the energy that's bringing about, that's bringing about stability. Okay, so you have to think of a situation in your life that's bringing about stability, okay, that you seek. Maybe some of you are seeing 1111, or some of you are looking at your home structure, or you could be an Aries person, or you could be like exploring for homes, or you could be building real estates, or you're being a leader. Okay, someone's being very active. All right, so remember, use your intuition, okay? But it comes from the essence of love, okay? Loving self, loving beings, loving planet, loving God. All right, when someone's looking for stability, that will bring about balance, okay? So we can co-create with the universe. Someone's co-creating with the universe to bring about stability that you seek, okay? So what situation in your life is bringing you stability that you seek? I could be talking to an Aries person, or you could be in energy saying I am, okay? I am a soldier, or I am an explorer, you know, or I'm a leader. All right. Well, be careful of being too headstrong, all right, and in pride. Okay, now you're looking at the courage. You have the courage, you have the ability, okay? You're in the energy of I am creating, because you are creative if you use your intuition and co-create with the universe, all right? Some of you are very ambitious and very active, and it's very good, all right? Oh, we're in the movement. Good. So now, what signs do you seek that's bringing about stability, that allows you to see signs to bring about that stability? So what signs are you seeing to bring about stability, okay, that you seek? So you can be a soul having a human experience with the willpower, okay? So now maybe you feel like it's a time to move forward. Maybe someone's moving out of a home to seek stability, okay? But we're looking at balancing the masculine feminine energy within oneself, all right? So you can have the willpower. The willpower is having self-control, self-discipline, because you know that the sky is your limit. Okay, so we're looking for the Godhead. All right, so someone's moving forward, because in the chariot, only the real emperor and the real empress can go within the chariot. So if you're looking for your soulmate, please write your dreams down and study. Okay, study your dreams so you can see about your spiritual wealth, your spiritual health. All right, and you can take the reins off. Let God take the reins, man. All right, let the soul guide you, okay, towards your love, health, balance, and creativity, because you have to see within the moment. What signs do you see in a situation that you feel is a secret? What secret's been hidden from you? Use your intuition. Use your intuition. You trust yourself. You trust your intuition. You trust your soul. You trust your soul purpose. All right. So there seems to be a secret within the energy. All right. A secret is hidden. A secret, all right, which is a situation in your life you need to walk away from. Okay, there seems to be an emotional disconnect, okay, maybe with a Aries, Cancer, Pisces person. Use your intuition, my lovelies, okay, and walk away from people, things in place that are not serving you for your highest good, because there seems to be no emotions here. So go and find your extra 2 of cup, okay. You take that 1 extra cup, you pour yourself with lots of love in it, and then whoever you're attached to, they will be doing the same thing, self-healing, because you've got an invisible thread between the both of you and your soulmate, okay? And then you can heal your heart, okay? Heal the heart. So you're doing like basic instructions before love comes in, okay? And that's looking at the pain, okay, in your life that you need to confront, all right? That's making you feel emotionally disconnected, okay? So that you can be more connected to your emotions, that's connected to your imagination, your psychic abilities, your intuition, so you can figure out what secrets are being hidden from you, okay? So what signs are showing you that it's time to move forward, okay, to bring about stability that you seek, okay? Because under the service of self, from the emotions, it seems like someone's disconnected, but from the soul looks like it's seeking stability, okay? So now we're looking at an Aries person, all right, being prepared to make a decision, all right, a decision that can change the course of their life, all right, and that decision is to be willpower. Have that willpower, that courage to say, I am moving forward or moving out or moving towards my stability that I seek. Okay, so you have the ability to do that. You have the willpower. Okay, just make that decision to make that change. Okay, it's okay. Sometimes mistakes happen. This is Earth School. We're here to graduate from our flaws. All right, that's why it's called university, universe. Okay. So now you're entering maybe the class of willpower. Maybe some of you is in your class of willpower and you're learning. Hey, you're learning willpower. Love it. See, now you're learning about willpower when it comes to maybe working with people. Okay, because that gives you more of a willpower. If you go into yourself, you know, seek the soul, seek your truth, you seek yourself, you seek yourself, you seek your purpose. All right, and then you end up working with the right mind, like-minded people. Okay. So now we're looking at the Three of Coins. What's in your life that's asking you to open up, to cooperate with someone, okay? It feels like someone moved in a direction and they were working with someone, but they feel like there's too much secrets that's hidden from them within this team or collaboration of people. Because the Three of Pentacles means teamwork, collaboration, skills. Someone's looking at someone's quality of work and it feels like there seems to be a hidden feeling of heartbreak because of a teamwork. Someone moving within a team that had a hidden agenda that has to come to an end. Has to come to an end because someone's backstabbing, someone's talking, someone's doing like, someone's conning someone. Someone's sweet talking maybe, so use your intuition, please. Someone's gossiping, but in the thought, someone's very nervous because why? Maybe a journalist or a salesperson or a teacher is learning about this backstab, okay? So someone's very curious and being very flexible with the intellect and they're communicating about this backstabbing. So someone's being very sociable and very talkative because now we're looking at being more versatile because now we see there was a little bit of darkness here, there's light. Someone got backstabbed over and over and over again on this pathway of working with someone or people, a team of people. Now we're seeing there's a secret that you're being stabbed over and over and over and over again, okay? Use your intuition, all right? Don't stay in heartbreak. Move forward to stability that you seek. Don't let secrets give you that power of powerless. Do you understand? Don't give them the power. Take your power back. Use your intuition. Come to peace with it. Learn from your team of people that you had, that you was walking with, moving with, all right? And learn from it, okay? And get up and seize the moment. Walk away from people, things, and places because guess what? You've got a higher horizon before you, all right? So don't worry. Get up. Don't sit on the... Yeah, get up. Sit up, okay? And look at what's being closed off or blocked out of your reality. Walk away from people, things, and places so you can see the bigger picture. Sometimes when you're in the moment, you can't see. Step out so you can see clearly, okay? But it seems to be delays, obstacles to someone's truth. You may not can see, but use your intuition, all right? Because it seems to be a delay, a block to someone's reality. Because someone's got illusions, delusions, because someone's got a hidden secret. There's been a hidden secret. Something's been hidden. And it's going to be noticed. So now you've got to understand what situation in your life needs to come to an end, all right? What's being closed off or being blocked out of your reality so you can heal your pain, okay? Because there seems to be an aspect in your life you need to confront. Why do you need to confront it? It's because it's becoming an overwhelming burden. It's a burden. All right. Maybe you're going with friends and family because now we're looking at Libra. Maybe some of you are reaching out, which is very good, to your friends, family, and speaking about it. Keep talking, even if they're exhausted. Who cares? Let the spirits help you. Someone's very passionate. Someone's very burnt out by the soul because the soul is seeking stability. Do you understand? The soul is trying to make a decision about changing a course within their life. All right. So somebody wants to change a pathway. Somebody wants to move forward away from a team of people or a home to seek the stability and willpower by being a soul having a human experience. You could be a Leo person standing up for themselves. You made that decision to change the course of your life. All right. You looked at the area of your life that needs boundaries to protect the soul of the self, that you seek stability. Let the soul protect you. Don't have too much in the mind. Let your intuition protect you. Okay. You're not giving your power away. You're giving the power to yourself. All right. You're just lying to yourself. If you tell the truth, you're giving your power away. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're healing the heart. All right. So now don't make it be a burden. Face the hurt that you need to confront your hurts. All right. Confront your hurts. It's very overwhelming. I understand, because someone looks like they want to turn their back and hide their face in shame in the game of fame. Maybe don't do that. Don't do that. Because when you have a fizzy bottle and you shake it, and then you open it, what happens? That's emotions. Emotions is water. Emotions is feelings. All right. So confront your feelings. You're not giving your power away. Just walk away from people, things, and places that make you feel emotionally disconnected. Because it seems to be that things are blocked out of your reality. And I know it seems or is becoming overwhelming in your life. But you've got the willpower of I am as your main energy. You have the energy, you have the willpower. Just don't lie to yourself, okay? You could be single. You could be single, self-employed person, all right? You've seen signs to move on, okay? And maybe work on your own, all right? Or maybe some of you was working with an earth sign person, so you're moving forward. Maybe you're working with a Virgo person, but now you've seen a situation in your life is calling you to have independence and self-realization. Maybe someone, okay, is having healthy boundaries when it comes to their independence, okay, and their self-realization. Because the Nine of Pentacles about someone being single, someone that is very self-sufficient. Maybe they feel like a Gemini Aquarius person is very self-sufficient. And but there's too many secrets that was hidden from this Gemini Libra Aquarius person, which is becoming a burden. Why? Because someone's breaking their own heart. Breaking their own heart, all right? So maybe there was someone moving within two masculines and a feminine, but someone's happy. You've got to make that situation. Someone's single and happy. Maybe a Aquarius Gemini person. And that was the secret. They're happy. So maybe there's a situation in your life you have to bring about warmth and happiness. Maybe the secret is warmth and happiness is coming from an air sign person to a fire sign person. That's his, what did I say? That's his secret. So what signs are preparing you to move into a new direction? And look, he's just looking closely at an Aquarius person, or he's looking at the thoughts of, I know I have things to close that are blocked off to my reality. I know I have to unite with my heart. You know, I know I care for my heart. Why? Because the heart is the seat of the soul. The heart is the seat of the soul. Do you understand? It will prepare you to move forward into directions you need to go. And the first direction is walking away from people, things, and places. So you feel more comfortable with the soul, with the heart sitting within the soul, okay? Because the heart is the seat of the soul. So get up, look within the heart, the seat, the matter of your heart. Okay? This is beautiful. It's going to come to a beautiful end. Why? Because the sun is there. That's the happiest card in the deck. You could be a single mother, a Gemini Aquarius person. Or maybe there's a secret child. That's a situation that needs to come to an end, about a secret child maybe. Or what has to come to an end is you have to look about your own happiness. Don't look about other people's happiness, because maybe someone feels they no longer hold value. Someone no longer holds value. Maybe they feel like a Taurus person has no more value. And it's broken the heart. Or blocking someone, Aquarius, Gemini, Aquarius person holds no value. It doesn't hold no value. It's just breaking the heart of someone in this reading. Take it as it resonates, okay? So now we're looking at judgment. What is the heavens trying to tell you? What is your gut feeling trying to tell you? You know, what signs do you see outside of yourself and inside of yourself that is saying, what is trying to tell you to pay attention? Okay, what do you need to pay attention to? Okay, You have to make a decision, but from the highest pinnacle of self. And that comes with truth, unconditional love. All right. We can see growth. All right. But we see like there's emotions that are calm. Why? Because when we get to the other end of the shore, right now we're unsure. But when we go with the intuition and keep the emotions managed, when we get to the next shore, we see growth, we see stability, all right? So we have to go past the obstacles, delays, but using the intuition to protect the heart. So that's what protects your heart, okay? When there's obstacles, when there's delays, all right? Somebody wants to reach out, okay? And we also see a spiritual baby as well, crying for his dad. Could be a Leo, Sagittarius person. That's within a Gemini, Aquarius person. Baba's crying on the seat of the soul. So what God is saying, maybe the inner child is crying. It's crying for stability. It's crying for love. It's crying for nurturing. You know, seek the sun in you, because you are, remember, like the sun gives the earth energy, just like the soul in you gives you the energy. Do you understand? If you walk away from the sun in you, the light in you, that's how you don't get protected from outside forces. To be protected from outside forces is being connected to the soul, the seat of the soul. The heart is the seat of the soul, okay? To bring about your happiness, your warmth, your comfortability, okay? So someone's seeing signs, all right, to move forward into a new direction after something was blocked from someone's reality, okay? All right, what do we have for Four of Wands, please? We have the I am, I have the energy, I have the stability, okay? Somebody's not learning within this house. Maybe a Capricorn is about control. Maybe someone's trying to control someone's stability, okay? Because they seek stability, all right? But in this situation, it's telling me within this team, maybe you're building a home, maybe you're building estates, maybe you're building something around stability, but within this team, there's no equal give and take, all right? Someone's trying to take most of the money, okay, or trying to control. And now we're looking at someone's not learning from their mistakes. Let me spell team, T-E-A-M. Do we see I in that? No, you don't. So this is why someone's unwilling to learn. There's lots of mistakes in here. Too many mistakes. There's a lack of growth within this team of people. Why? Because the work ethic is not it. They lack commitment when it comes to work ethic, and they lack teamwork. There's no stability, and everyone's seeking that stability but not prepared to learn how to create stability. It's more, I want power for myself. I want to be the center of attention to myself, you know? So someone feels like doesn't hold any value anymore. Building stability with someone, because now we're looking at a situation where somebody needs to see the signs of an unrequited love, okay? This is probably why someone's not learning from mistakes, because poor ethics is coming from deception. Someone has come in purposely as an unrequited love because they seek stability, okay? So now someone has to move out, all right, of the situation, because it's breaking someone's heart. Someone's a heartbreaker, a manipulator. We're looking at one night stand. We're looking at cheating, at the heating when you sit down, you know, in front of the fireplace. Someone's being very deceptive, okay? Now you have to use your intuition. Why? Because bad news has come in, or you have had bad news about deception within a group of people. Now there seems to be moodiness, because now the secret is out. Why? Because the secret was that somebody was purposely backstabbing someone, because there seemed to be a situation in someone's life that there was a secret what was hidden, and the secret was somebody's ethics is about ego. Someone's ethics, all right, of not learning from the mistakes. Why? Because they were creating false impressions within this group. So now this group of people feel like they've been backstabbed, okay? Now there's buttons of depression. Now the soul feels burnt out, because why? The truth is out, and there's going to be exposure, because somebody in this group was overexposing when it comes to their skills of quality or their happiness, all right? So now there's a drought, okay, when it comes to the soul. There's no happiness. There's a drought of happiness within this group. So now why? Because there's an incomplete victory. Okay. There's been delays because someone in this group is not learning from mistakes. They're not using earth as an earth school. They're not learning. They're unwilling to learn. Okay. And when you're unwilling to learn, someone is not growing. So now when you don't grow, there is poor work ethics. So now there seems to be delays, not just when it comes to money, victory, it's also happiness, because money is not all about happiness. Money don't bring you happiness enough. Okay. There's also a secret, all right, that someone doesn't want children. Okay. So now we're looking at walking away from people, things, and places, okay? So there's a situation in your life you need to walk away from because it's emotionally disconnection. Someone has poor work ethic. Someone doesn't want children, really. And if they did, it was for stability that they were seeking by using someone within this group. So now we see a situation where when you walk away from people, things, and places, okay, this situation in your life where you feel mostly disconnected from, it will give you the strength, the Leo, all right? So now we're in the strength of I am and I will, all right? I am and I will have the strength and ability to walk forward, move away from people, things, and places, to seek the inner strength that I seek, all right? Unconditional love and self-love, all right, and self-respect is self-growth, is the stability that you seek. Okay, so now we understand the seat of the soul. The heart is the seat of the soul. All right, now that's giving you the courage to move forward into healing. All right, someone's looking at their heart because you need to control, self-discipline, all right, and self-control. Maybe a Leo feels like walking away from people, things, and places. A Aquarius, Gemini person, okay, is taming their beast within themselves, all right? Because now we see a painful situation, an aspect in someone's life, okay? They need to confront, because maybe someone's seeking, looking to heal the heart because they feel very overwhelmed, all right? Maybe somebody wants to reach out to someone to have a conversation, okay? So it's good to reach out to people, things, and places you feel more emotionally connected to, but please use your intuition. Okay, and that can protect your heart. I see pain. I see rains. I see teardrops. I see soaky souls. Mud huts. Purposely doing quicksands by playing with people's emotions, you know. Because now we see someone needs to move forward. And that's how you move forward, okay? Seek help to heal. Forgive yourself for being in this group. Learn from it. Let go of the grief and the brief. Okay. And bring relief and accept, overcome about a despair of a pair. Okay. That you prepared to make decisions with, to change. All right. Their course of life to bring in stability that they were seeking. Learn from that mistake. All right. Because someone's not learning in that group. Right, or this situation when it comes to stability. So now we're on overcoming a despair at the pair, all right? We're learning that something was becoming very overwhelming in someone's life. So now someone, or are you prepared to make a decision to make that change of course, that course in your life, all right? You have to make that decision, but from the intuition. It's all right to listen to other people's opinion, but don't let it override your own, especially from your intuition, okay? So now you're looking at a situation. Yeah, you're preparing, you're working. Is this about work skills? Maybe you're trading with someone, but someone in your group is a traitor. They're not trading with you. They're trading and trading. You know, this is a traitor, all right? You're building business with. You could be self-employed, but focus on your own mastery that you craft, all right? Don't be crafty. And focus on your own quality and be committed to your own success, right? Because now I see ambition and rewards coming your way. Why? Because you thought to yourself, okay, am I prepared to make a decision that's going to change the course of my life? And you've made, maybe you looked at the soul of the self and you said, you know what, I'm going to change that decision because I understand I've done a handshake with someone, I've done business with someone under unrequited love, a heartbreaker, a manipulator, Okay, someone that was cheating and being deceptive. Okay, so now we're looking at the mood. All right, we're looking at the mood of someone within this group. So we're learning to work so we can have better quality ethics. Okay, we're getting better quality team of people, especially when you use the soul. All right, the soul brings about those people. Okay, because someone feels they went with a Scorpio or a Taurus or a Virgo person or a Capricorn person, and they feel like they done bad business. They shaked hands with the devil. They feel like they shaked hands, okay, with bad business. It became appointments of disappointments because someone has the hand of a bad financial management. Somebody needs to go and learn about financial management maybe. But the mind of the person, when it comes to stability that they seek, they are lazy. They bring a procrastination. Why? Because if they're not growing, they don't want no one else to grow. So they create setbacks, all right, because they lack their own growth, okay? So now we're looking at a heartbreak. Someone was sitting there looking at the situation and they said, you know what? My life needs to come to an end. That needs to come to an end. Someone's under false impression. Someone's wasting someone's money, time and energy, okay? Because now someone is burnt out by the soul. They're droughted. The happiness is gone. No happiness, all right, because someone has an inability to move forward. Someone has an inability, all right, to release the pain from their own heart because they like the landlord, or they like, what do you call them people? Squatters within their mind. So they won't release the lease of pain within their own temple of self. They like destruction. So, but someone, a Leo or a Libra, is overcoming these hurtful words or confusion. All right, maybe someone was compromising their own heart, but you've got to seek your own forgiveness. Okay, because now you're seeing that something was closed or blocked from your reality, and now you realize it was someone's ego was bringing in false impression that was blocking your reality. So now you realize that maybe you're working with someone or around a group of people, they're not living their reality. You're living someone else's illusion. It's not real. It's a false impression. So now there's going to be depression. Okay? All right. So now we're looking at blocked out of one's reality. To protect the heart, use your intuition when there's delays, obstacles. Because now you understand what was blocked from your reality. Somebody was going through a financial distress, okay? They were lacking their own financial balance and they bring in poor financial decisions. So now someone's thoughts is overwhelmed about a financial loss because they're a financial mess. It could be a Capricorn person, all right? Or it could be a Scorpio, Leo person. So now we're looking at what's becoming overwhelming in your life. And it's the fact that somebody was reckless when it came to an air sign person. They blocked an air sign person. Maybe a Scorpio needs to move forward. You're saying they're reckless, foolish, stupid. You're saying a Taurus person brings distraction. You're saying they're risky, biscuit. And they ain't going to bring you no tea and biscuit. All right, they're going to bring you pure foolery. So now crumbs, they're just bringing you pure crumbs, man. So now you see someone has a lack of faith because they have a lack in God, all right? And when you have a lack in faith in God, you have a lack in your own hope, all right? So now there's a situation in your life no longer holds your value. You're saying no longer holds value is a Taurus person because someone's saying they're reckless with a Scorpio person. They need to move forward. Because now you're seeing within the area of your life, there needs to be boundaries. You need to protect yourself by using the soul of the self. Work on your self-mastery. Some of you look like you've got PhDs, you've got masters, you've got degrees, okay, within this group. You are building a business. If you can build a business, you can build yourself into self-mastery. Start learning you, okay? Bring about self-mastery, self-craftsmanship. Walk away from people, things, and places, all right? And learn to have healthy boundaries so you can protect the soul of the self when you're at work. Because someone feels stuck, maybe a Leo or a Gemini, or a Leo is thinking stuck about a Gemini person. Maybe they feel this entrapment. So now they were restricted. Why? Because it was a dangerous situation before them. Okay, so they had to learn about boundaries. All right, maybe their hands were tied, felt paralyzed by fear. A Gemini and maybe a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius person. But now you understand, when you feel trapped, all right, maybe your hands are tied because you had no help. Maybe you can't see the secret. But what? Your legs ain't tied. Your legs ain't tied though. So you use your intuition. It's okay. It's all right to walk away from people and places to serve yourself. Someone feels like an entrapment when it comes to work, building a business. Someone's self-employed. Someone's mastering their craft. Because they see the quality of their own self. They see the quality of their success, their ambition. Maybe this team of people that has a Capricorn person in it. They saw the power between a Gemini and maybe a fire sign person. So now you see the commitment was restricted. Now someone's feeling the pressure because someone feels powerless and hopeless. All right, maybe because they were single, or they're going to feel singled out due to bad business disappointments. All right, now we're seeing bad financial management going on here. Okay, they feel like maybe a Scorpio needs to be on their own, or an earth sign Taurus person. They say in the situation in your life that calls independence, they need to go on independence and go and seek self-realization. Someone needs to let go of the past, all right? Maybe a Scorpio needs to let go of a Taurus person, or a fire sign person needs to let go of a Scorpio Taurus person, because a Scorpio Taurus person wanted you to let go of the past, which is a Gemini person. It was a purpose trap for you, trap you away from your happiness, your warmth that brings about your soul family. So now we're seeing someone needs to let go, all right? Someone's letting go. Maybe someone's leaving home. Why? Because someone's very insincere. Someone's very insincere when it comes to their actions. Someone's reminiscing or romancing about the past, but somebody needs to grow up. Okay? It could be familiar. Could be friends of a friend of a friend. Could be like familiar friends. Could be like maybe family as well that was in this plot and plan for entrapment. Someone feels restricted from an air sign person. Or maybe an fire sign person is trying to seek boundaries and protection around an air sign person. They've been working on this with a team of people, maybe. Because he feels telepathically connected to a soul family, a dreamer. Maybe a son, spiritual wife. He feels the good news from the soul about his new love, the kindness, his engagement, the loyalty, the spirituality. Look within yourself and trust your inner voice, people. Because now we're looking at the Page of Cups. Alright? Someone's happy. Someone feels warm. Someone feels happy with maybe a Libra person. Because now we're looking at what signs are preparing you to move forward into a new direction. Someone has an inability to let go of pain in the rain. Someone's lodgering with a lease that they won't release, which is pain, which they're gaining from an overwhelming depression, from hurtful words of confusion. Somebody needs to seek forgiveness, but someone's not learning from their mistakes. Why? Because they're very unwilling to learn. Someone doesn't want to learn. Someone has a lack of growth, poor work ethic, because they don't want to learn. They just want the rewards and without the effort. So now we're looking at a burden, recklessness at the soul of the self. Maybe the soul feels neglected, so now there's a distraction. Someone feels stupidity, maybe a Scorpio and Taurus person, because now we're looking at financial distress, lack of balance. Someone bringing poor financial decisions, maybe for an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius person. Now the soul of the self was very overwhelmed because there's a financial mess, financial losses. But someone's got the strength and the compassion to go forward with patience to heal this financial situation. They had the courage. Why? Because the heart is the seat of the soul. They have the control, the willpower to bring self-discipline and self-control, to bring the ability to bring in the main energy, which is seeking stability. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're looking at a situation where maybe a Leo person is bringing about a new direction, standing up for themselves, all right? They bring it about standing up for their beliefs. They're determined, okay? They're very brave to maintain this control after a financial distress, okay? They're looking at a dreamer, a new love. They want to protect this new love, all right? That's why you can't look what's outside of you sometimes. You have to trust the soul. Like with myself, sometimes I feel like my masculine just does not care, but the soul of himself is so different. So different. Always comes to look after me. Always tells me little gems of what to do to better my life, you know. Like go and learn gold and black. And then I realised it was oil and gas because it's called black and gold, you know. So many things I've been told by the soul of the self. So I like to explore within myself, you know. Maybe looking at a preacher, maybe looking at a lawyer to look about this financial distress under the dress for lacking balance, you know. Because someone's got poor financial decisions. But a Leo's sticking up for themselves against maybe a Capricorn or Taurus person. Because they feel like they're reckless and stupid, very annoying person. So now they're looking at a situation in their life that no longer serves their value. And they said it's true. They're saying they regret blocking a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius person. Because now we understand that Taurus person tried to block the new ideas from a Libra, Aquarius person. New ideas, new plans. But now we've got the truth. Why? We've gone into spiritual recovery. We're doing a spiritual program that was sent down by God for a Leo person to become a spiritual teacher. So he can make his own new plans, intellect, okay? So he can teach men how to be more in tune with their emotions and how they can seek about the fire. Fire means inspiration, fire signs. You mean inspiration, you're born to love, okay? Look at the romance, do it from your intuition. That is a lesson of power, not money, not materialism, okay? Earth signs, you are the walking example of practicality, okay? You meant to bring about the sensations. You're the lesson of service. How did you service yourself, to service others, to service more leaders, to come about using their intuition from the fire sign? You know, the power of love from the intuition, the romance, that lesson of power. Now, air signs, you are about intellect. You're the walking example of idly. What a word. You're about idealistic stuff, okay? You're about the lesson of brotherhood. You bring about, you know, humanity, all right? The brotherhood, okay? So you're the walking example of information, plans, okay? And you go from your highest self. This is what my masculine always said. I would say things like, Addie, this really hurts. And he'll hold my hand, my left hand, closer to my heart. And he'll always be like, it's for our highest good. And I'm like, okay, all right. So outside of him, everyone feels like maybe the divine feminine or himself is very naive. No, we're not. The soul is 10,000 steps ahead of us. I love watching them two. I can be on my own. It's like I'm in a cinema front row watching the most powerful two souls I've ever seen in my life. You know, and I say to myself, if I can be that powerful with this masculine within myself, imagine who I can be, okay? And imagine knowing this information and wisdom, how much other people can be like this. It's a beautiful thing to watch. So go within yourself and write your dreams down when you wake up, collective, okay? Because water signs, you are the walking example of emotions, give and take, feelings. That is a lesson of peace. How did you bring peace within yourself, all right? So you can have peace within your group of people, at work and at home. How did you bring balance at work and at home? Okay. How did you come out of yourself once you're at home, when you're balanced? Did you continue that balance while you're at work? How did you create? How you co-creating with the universe? Do you have to walk in truth? All right. Because now we're using the I am. Okay. I am Aries. The willpower, I have the willpower, okay? The Leo, I will, all right? Because in the end, I'm going to be into me, I know. Because into me, I feel. Cancer, all right? Because into me, I know I'm thinking from my highest self. Do you understand? Because into me, the soul is taking control. The Capricorn. Because into me, I know I care for my temple because I'm artistic, I'm charitable, I'm very creative, I'm dedicated to my dreams. You could be a poet, a photographer, a healer, a director, you know. So go in yourself and get your mental clarity. Focus on your truth. Bring about logic and reason. But don't forget your emotions as well. Everyone says head over heart. I get it, because it's head, and then the heart. I get it. But I still believe it needs balance with the intuition to bring about that wholeness. So don't forget the intuition. Why? Because the heart is the seat of the soul. I love cards. It teaches you so much, you know. What teaches me so much is going within myself, and then the cards just give me affirmations. So don't let things be forced upon you. Let it resonate like a flow of water going towards you, you know, because you want to go in tune with the universe. You want to flow with the universal flow. Do you know what I mean? All right. So that will make you have victory when it comes to your decisions. Okay, when it comes to creating new ideas, new plans, new projects. Why? Because you're going into the knowledge of I know thyself. Okay, it's very important to know thyself. All right, because we understand when we know thyself, we can get unexpected financial windfall from what? The tree of life, your ancestors raining down. Okay, your reparations, you want to call it that, your inheritance, you know, they worked really hard. They got so much, you know, how much karmic goodness that they got up there for us. They want to share it. Do you understand? Because remember, all right, I'll give you an example. It's like when I was younger, I can see a dot from far, and I could be with a group of people, and my higher self would say, run right now. But it's like it runs at the same time. And then it would say, just focus on that dot right there. I run up to it. Guess what it is? A £50 note. My mum always said it to me. You're always finding money on the street. Yeah, because heaven's always dropping little gems for us. It's like Hansel and Gretel. It's like you've got to look for the signs, you know, until you can pick up your gems and put it in your resources. But be careful of the people, things, and places around you, because they're there as a vampire to take your resources from your energy. Why? Because we're energy. We're energy. You know? And another time I was going to the gym quite a lot, but I got something wrong with my legs, right? So then I went to the gym, and my mind kept going on about pepper all week, just pepper in my head. But I kept forgetting to get the pepper because sometimes I can get really busy. All right, I'm learning to balance that as well. Okay, so you know, when I was walking past the shop, my mind said, "Okay, go and get the pepper." And then on my way home, in my gym bag, the pepper dropped out. I was like, and then so I went, the oil dropped out, my olive oil, and then after that, my cards fell out. And it was the Ace of Wands. And I looked at it and I said, God, you're so clever. You are absolutely amazing. You see visions and like images with your intuition, your gut feeling. It's much things you can create. It is beautiful. So when I went home, I like to do self-realization, like every night, just look over my life. You know, what did I do for the day? What happened? A, B, C, Y, E, E, you know. And then my mind said, all right, go and Google. What does it mean when you mix oil and pepper? It's what I needed, something for my legs, so I could actually start creating like my own oil essence. You don't need to go to the shop. Use your intuition. It's like traditionally, most of what I know from a Jamaican home, all right, I can't speak for everyone, but there's a time when we don't use seasoning like to measure. The ancestors do that. I can hear stop, go. Oh! One time, I'll tell you one more thing before I go, right? Sorry, one more, right? I went to the shop, okay? And I was at the self-checkout. And I was pointing to the worker saying, there's no more, I can't use cash or something like that. And I said, is it all right if we can use the cash till over there? And I was pointing. As I was pointing, I felt my arm go, phew. I was like, what is that? Some woman pushed my hand. And I looked at her and I heard, did she just do that? So I said, excuse me, did you just push me? She said, yeah, because I want to get over there. I said, no, let's start again. Did you just push me? She said, yeah, to get over there. I said, no, let's start again, because you don't push someone to get somewhere. So we're going to start again and you're going to say, sorry. She said, no, I'm not lying. My ancestors said, all right. I feel so bad saying it now. Push her. And I pushed her and she fell on the floor and banged her head. And I said, listen, this is not 1800, all right? This is not 1800. Learn how to respect people. When you see people like me, and I'll ask you, give you a chance to say sorry, just say sorry. This is not 1800 where you can see someone like me of my kind of thing. You can just push me around like that. What? Because you made the gunpowder. That gave you power. I tell you one thing that's more powerful than your gunpowder is intuition. I can hear claps in the background from my ancestors. I felt so bad. The woman there, and she called police. I went shopped to another shop. I came back, saw the police outside, and I went straight to her. I said, yeah, you're looking for me. You're looking for me, ain't you? And she's crying, you know. That's your business. I said, yeah. Tell them what happened. I said, if you got a problem, you know, that's my address. And I walked off. I ain't got time for you lot's foolishness. I told them, next time, tell her to keep her fucking hands to herself. And that wouldn't have happened. I'm not there to be arguing with no one. They just looked at me and I walked off. I just walked off. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't do nothing. My ancestors are protecting me. What can you do to me? Nothing. Because I don't take the piss with people. I defend myself, but I don't take the piss. All right? So now someone's debating over inheritance because someone has a financial disaster. Someone's looking at bankruptcy because people keep biting the hand that fed them. So now they're looking at illegal activity. Could be a Virgo, Capricorn, or a Scorpio person or a Taurus person. All right? Against a fire sign person. We're looking at maybe if it's not Earth, bankruptcy is definitely in the spiritual world. A definite, very, very, very massive karmic debt. So now we're looking at family problems, from family inheritance, from family financial disaster, to generational curse now, especially when it comes to finances. Okay? Don't just think about outside yourself. You've got to think about it in the spiritual world as well. Where do you think you get your resources from? You go to shop upstairs and bring it down. What's above is below. But learn how to do things, man. Lots of people bring down sacred knowledge, but it's the vampires that get in the way and start doing their madness, start playing with the words, start playing with the meaning, start playing with the essence. They don't understand it. Why? Because they're not in their highest physical of self. They're not in the right energy. We're energy, okay? So now someone's looking at a huge loss. Someone's looking at a debt, a very massive karmic debt. Why? Because they're insincere to themselves, all right? All right, my darling, remember, walk in love, talk in truth. Love you guys. Bye.